What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't checked it out already, just making bad life choices, going over to scoresandodds.com, where you got picks from me, Meansy, Dino, all the greats. Plus, you get access to our nice little prop shopping tool where you can see exactly what we have projected for each individual prop, plus where the best lines are at. And most importantly, you get access to Grant's Action Lounge. What is Grant's Action Lounge? Well, it's my Discord where I'm throwing in all my picks each and every day so you can get in before the odds end up moving. Just go to scoresandodds.com/Discord. Just threw it into the chat there. We got baseball today. We've got no basketball. National championship games on today. I don't have a take on that either way. College basketball, not my thing. But we're just going to go ahead and get right into things, starting off with Disco Stew under 3.5 strikeouts, -110 over at Betfred. Next best line is going to be Disco Fani, -130. So trying to get over at Betfred. This line is moving down real quickly. Don't know if I'd take it at -130, but honestly don't hate it at that line. Disco Stew, not a big strikeout guy. 18.1% last year. Was it 22% the year before? Under 20% the year before that. Definitely worse versus lefties than versus righties. And we have only three lefties in the lineup, but not a terribly high strikeout lineup for the White Sox. Obviously, top Benintendi, Robert Anderson, all low strikeout bats, some decent ones in the middle, but Grandal, big walk guy down there at the bottom, very patient bat. Don't think Disco Stew's going to go that late to the game, so this line just a bit too high. Feltner under 4.5 strikeouts. I got that at -150 at Betway. I know it's a decent amount of odds, but dude's not good. Dude is not good. We have him projected for 3.47. You get -145 at MGM, looks like. But Feltner going up against the Dodgers. Dodgers aren't quite the same lineup they used to be, but still fairly good here. Not a terribly high strikeout lineup. Top of the lineup is horribly low in strikeouts. Feltner, not a very good pitcher, not very good at strikeouts, even though he does play in Coors, and that probably sways it a little bit. Looking at his road numbers, it's still sitting at 22.5%. I'm rolling with the under. Molly, over 4.5 strikeouts, -129 at Caesars. Let's see if that has moved. -130 over at PointsBet, so you can still get it there. Molly plays for Minnesota now. Gets a great matchup going up against Miami. Molly strikes out lefties at a higher clip than righties. Looking at his pitch mix, kind of makes sense. Splitter, big reverse splits pitch. Arias up top, not good, but rest of the lineup, absolute garbage. We're probably going to be facing 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5 lefties in here. Generally pitches over 100 pitches an outing. Beginning of the year, probably will be in the 90s, maybe high 90s if we're lucky. But 4.5, too low of a number. Johan Oviedo, taking the under 3.5, massive plus odds, not a good strikeout pitcher. You can get it +134 at FanDuel, +125 at Betfred. Kirby, over 5.5 strikeouts, going up against the Angels. Angels, well, they're looking better on the offensive end with obviously Trout back, Rendon back. There's still a fairly high strikeout lineup here, 22.5% projected lineup. Kirby, very good with control, 4% walk rate, one of the lowest in the leagues. 24.2% K rate. I think he might be better this year, even though the top of the lineup with Ward, Trout, Ohtani, and Rendon is tough. Still some decent strikeouts after that. Line's just a bit too low here. I have it right at about a 50-50 chance. Slight lean towards the over, but getting it +120 odds over at Betway is just beautiful. Kirby, I spelled that wrong. Kirby. Still -1 or +115 at BetMGM, +110. DK, I'd take it at pretty much any plus number, but like the over there. Charlie Morton, over 15.5 outs. Did not have a great spring training. But Morton, even though he's old, he's got to be close to 40. He might be 40 at this point. +145 still on the over. Most likely he's going to go 5 innings, but might go a little bit past first outing last year with 5.1 innings. Definitely a longer shot than a lot of my bets, but matchup versus St. Louis, not too bad. Morton still a very solid pitcher. Yes, St. Louis is a good hitting lineup, but Morton still solid. Like he started off the year rough last year, but the second half of the season he was great. I know he's had a rough spring training, but even though he's old, I'm rolling with the over on that. Same thing with Molly. I already mentioned it. He's going to go close to 100 pitches, in my opinion. Great matchup, over 15 and a half, and we're getting it almost at even money, minus 115. Love it. And Plesac, over 17 and a half outs, minus 117 at Caesars. He's a guy that always tends to go a little bit later into the game. Plays for Cleveland. Not a great pitcher, but this Oakland lineup is just absolute hot garbage. Just terrible. They have 1, 2, maybe 3 MLB caliber hitters. They're full on tank mode. I think they want to move to Vegas. So no reason the line should be this low. Absolutely love the over on that. Matt Boyd over 4.5 hits allowed, minus 105 at Caesars. Don't know how late he's going to go into this game. Matt Boyd obviously had one really good year. Yeah, Eric in chat, they're 2-1 this year. Come on, Grant. No, they're terrible. It's baseball. Marlins were not a good team when they still made the playoff in the 6th game season, but any team in a short enough sample size can do well. We saw 2 years ago Detroit be one of the worst teams in the league, and they still beat Houston with Cole and Verlander in 2 consecutive starts. But Houston, good hitting team still, even without Altuve in the lineup. They still have Abreu in the lineup. But really solid hitting team. Boyd, not really great last season. Didn't really have a huge sample size. Yes, any team can beat any team any day, Eric. Literally any team can beat any team in the majors any day with any ace on the line. DeGrom, I think, gave up 4 runs the first week. Doesn't mean he's bad. But Boyd struggled last year. Don't know how great it's going to be this year. 4.5 hits at even money. It's kind of a bad line. Josh Bell to hit a home run, plus 900. Bell, pretty decent hitter. I assume he'll be in the lineup. But got some decent pop going up against Kaprelian. As a platoon, he's better from the left side. Bell, will he hit a home run? Probably not, but plus 900 is bad odds, even playing over in Oakland. That's it. That's the show. My baseball bets. Gosh, I love baseball season. Ended up in the black pretty decently. Yeah, 5K, 5% ROI almost in the month of March. That's 2 winning months in a row. Obviously, I had a losing one before that, but crushed the end of last year. So won 5 out of the last 6 months. And we're up how much overall? Let's see. Looks like we're up about 71 G's just over the last year. Yeah, that's it. That's the show. Be back tomorrow. Yeah, we're out of here. Later, kids.